Yeah.
Yeah, well, maybe we'll win the Great Moon War, Kyle.
I hope we'll win the Moon War. I hope we're prepared for that. Our guns still work up there. You don't need to change.
I was about to ask that. I was like, Kyle's totally going to know. The guns I have, nothing special, right? The Smith & Wesson M&P 9, AR-15.
There are no guns that won't work up there.
None of them. I guess because oxygen's sort of built into the gunpowder, right?
Yes.
Somehow.
Yep.
Oxygen crystals, that shouldn't be a thing.
Crystals, that's what
here we are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like dilithium crystals, same concept.
Yeah. Dude, you don't have to tell me. I already know, obviously.
Yeah. It's built right into the gunpowder. The guns will work fine.
I'm not a science person.
but they'd work better. They'd work better because there's no air up there. So there's no drop. You turn your AR-15 into a laser rifle now.
I'd have to fix
I don't know what the
scopes.
velocity would be. That's a good Chat GPT. Ask Chat GPT what would the velocity of a 5.56 rifle be in space, because that I don't know. I have no idea, because I know here on Earth, it's like 2,800 feet per second roughly, but like in space, there's no air, obviously.
It would leave the barrel at its normal muzzle velocity, so I guess it doesn't slow down very much in the barrel. And then, like you said, the interesting part is what happens after it leaves the barrel. On Earth, air resistance rapidly slows a bullet. On the moon, there's virtually none, so it would remain close to its initial velocity for a long time.
I think it would have...
If you fired it horizontally, this is on the moon, gravity would gradually curve its trajectory towards the lunar surface. But because the moon is small and the bullet's moving, it could travel a surprisingly large distance before hitting the ground. I wonder if it'd be possible with like the tech we have to do Newton's cannon. I talked about this a little bit with like orbit satellites, where you're actually like just a shoulder mounted rifle, but it shoots so fast that its drop rate is about equal to the curvature of the moon and just stays at the same distance.
Well,
then you could we'd have our soldiers like Looney Tunesing themselves, where they'd shoot and it would come all the way around, hit them in the back.
Velocity of the moon.
Probably not that much. The moon kind of sucks. 5,300
miles per hour.
That's too much.
That's too much.
So you couldn't just fire up into the air.
Doesn't seem to be so. No. Well, no, I like that. That's one of my favorite parts of For All Mankind. I know you haven't seen that show, Taylor, but it's a very patriotic show. You get the oorah feelings. You get to see a better America. Like genuinely, you see like the America you wish we were. You see that like, oh no, you won't. We'll work twice as hard and get twice as smart. We'll do it. We'll die to do it. Like you get a lot of that with these spacemen. The Soviets beat us to the moon, and we don't take that lying down. We keep going, and eventually there's moon bases. The Soviets put their little moon base up there, and we put our moon base up there. There's guns up there. There's like a little bit of unrest. Like I think there's a part
there
where
better be something good up there, because otherwise we're just fighting over.
There is
dog
it's the
shit.
Helium-3.
Wait, this Newton's cannon thing is kind of cool.
Okay,
so a 5.56 travels at about 1,000 meters per second. The space needed for a low lunar orbit, this is like shoulder mounted orbit, is 1680 meters per second. I wonder if like a 50 cal gets 1680 and could just orbit the Earth. You could shoot yourself in the back.
That's the question to ask. How fast? The 50 cal doesn't shoot faster significantly than a 5.56. The fastest rifles that I can think of are getting closer to like 4,000 feet per second. But my understanding is that you go much faster than 4,000 feet per second, and the projectile comes apart from the air resistance. You don't have that to worry about in space, though. You can pump as much power as you want as long as the materials can handle it, I guess, the barrel and such.
Fastest rifle round. Let's just see what we would need. Or if we even have the tech.
A 220 Swift. Shucks. It goes about 1,250 meters per second. So it's not quite there. Maybe if you aimed up, you could shoot yourself in the back.
Hey, look,
there's not a lot of air resistance. It'd travel that far.
There's some math to figure this out. It's literally orbital mechanics, I think.
Yeah, this is beyond me. But
ChatGPT should be able to figure it out. Like, I like the question of like, how fast would the rifle round need to be going, and what angle would I need to fire it at from the equator of the moon, firing west for the bullet to hit me in the back? Like, that's an interesting little math problem.
Yeah, the fastest factory loads I could find was the 204 Ruger, which goes 4,400 feet a second.
That's really fast. Like
Often
that, what's that 204 Ruger?
204 Ruger, 24 to 32 grain, up to 4,400 feet per second. Often the highest factory velocity available today.
Yeah, that's insane.
And then,
oh my gosh. I can't give you the aiming angle to make a projectile come back at you because that would provide instructions for a potentially lethal act.
On the moon? You can't.
Come on. The safety's built into this for shooting on the moon.
This is a science experiment. I'm not on the moon. We're all good. Please continue.
I'm saying something similar to that.
Yeah, what a stupid. That thing going 4,400 feet per second is ungodly though. Like that's. I didn't know I didn't know you could buy stuff like that. I bet you could reload ammo for it that would go even faster. You can when you reload your own ammo, you're able to make some really hot rod stuff.
Like 5,000 feet per second, or maybe
like
even
4,000 feet per second. Like the fact that that's going 4,400 feet per second is shocking to me. I didn't know that could be done.
I asked as well. Let's see if Grok has a safety mechanism in it for not shooting yourself in the back on the moon with a hypothetical rifle round. Yeah.
No, that would be great. I remember the movie Moon with Sam Rockwell when he's on the moon mining. Mm-hmm. He's mining helium-3 and sending it back. It's a real thing that's there.
Well, we better be sure it's worthwhile before we start throwing moon bases up there. We need to do a little test.
We can't. Is helium-3 on the moon the cheapest way to get it?
Apparently, there's a norm. It's like made of helium-3 or something. I don't know. There's a lot of it there.
I don't know. I'm like, couldn't we just take some regular helium, like get 3 of them and smush them? I mean, I'm no scientist, but this is working for me. Here's 3 heliums all taped together.
All right. According to Grok, you would need a bullet going 5,510 feet per second. And then you could fire it horizontally, parallel to the local lunar surface, and it would come around and strike you in the back potentially.
Because if you can achieve that, can't you just aim it up and like make it back to its starting point? That's the part I'm stuck on.
I think the angle of escape is part of the problem. It's going to require more velocity if you go at a steeper angle.
It gave me the.
I think you're wanting to go in the opposite direction of the rotation of the planet. That's what I'd do. I don't know if that matters.
Yeah, how fast is the moon rotating? Is it tidally locked?
Right. In the same way that if I'm in a river flowing downstream, I can swim in it and not really care about what's happening to the ground and trees around me.
Yeah.
Huh.
Well, if any of you guys listening go to the moon, be careful what angle you fire your firearms because it could come around in a day or two.
This says fire exactly horizontally at this speed of 5,510 feet per second, and the bullet stays at constant altitude equal to the lunar radius. After one full orbit, a period will take 1 hour and 48 minutes. It returns to the same point from the opposite direction and hits you in the back.
But that's not the question because it's an imaginary speed. Like, since we don't have anything that travels that far, I want to know, can I just tilt it up and make it like go a little farther? Obviously, it won't go forever. It'll eventually return to the moon's surface, but can't angling it up overcome the fact that it'll hit the ground too early?
Let's see.
I don't know.
Yeah. Let's see. I asked, what angle would you need to shoot the rifle if it's only a 4,400 feet per second projectile?
Perfect. I like your phrasing.
And so we will see. It may give us a good answer. Do
you have to pay for Grok?
I have like Twitter Premium, and so it comes with that. But I think you get the like lower version of it for free.
That's what ChatGPT does. I'm unfamiliar with the better versions. One thing that I do get stuck on with my free version is if I use pictures in my questions, the back and forth ends really fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I haven't used it to make silly pictures in a long time.
It doesn't make it, like, I was debugging a keyboard profile not saving. And I'm like, this is what I'm looking at. And they're like, oh, that's actually really helpful. I'm done talking. I'm like, fuck. You know?
Okay, I got an answer. It says, on an airless spherical body, any trajectory with speed less than circular orbital velocity at the surface will have a periapsis, lowest point inside the moon. Giving the bullet an upward positive elevation angle does not change this. The specific orbital energy is still too low, so the elliptical path still intersects with the lunar surface long before completing a full revolution. The bullet will follow a long ballistic arc and eventually hit the moon somewhere downrange and possibly far over the horizon, but it cannot circle the moon and return from behind. In short, 4,400 feet per second is simply too slow. Even the absolute fastest practical rifle rounds fall short of the 5,510 feet per second threshold required for a surface grazing circular orbit. So we just don't have the technology yet.
Yeah. I think ChatGPT was trying to tell me something simpler, but it didn't phrase it as plainly. And it's, 9 paragraphs I'm trying to scan for the purposes of the show. It's a lot.
Same. Yeah. Often you ask the question, it's like, you don't need to write me a fucking book on this. Like, just a couple bullet points, please. Thank you.
Efficiency in your words, please. Let's tighten this up. Tighten it up.
Man, ChatGPT's got to lose that's so funny to be like, I don't feel comfortable answering this, shooting yourself in the back on the moon question.
Yeah, it's a potentially lethal act. Oh my God.
Well, it's an almost, if we can pull it off, it's an almost certainly lethal act, first of all. Like, it's going to strike you going
different topic.
5,500 feet per second.